Hello and welcome to the weather update. It's about 8 o'clock on the 17th of June 2020. Definitely dealing with some more clouds today, especially in the latter part of the day in the afternoon. Had high clouds, low clouds moving. You can see what's left of this cutoff low, this upper level low. Well, I wouldn't say it's upper level, but it's a cutoff low basically, cutoff trough. Maybe a little bit of an upper level element to it also. You can see what's left of it there, kind of sitting, trying to move a little bit more northward. We got this high over here, so north of us they had a clear day in upstate New York, northern Connecticut, Massachusetts. They had a nice clear day, a little warmer for them, of course. Temperatures were in the 80s there. For us, we're in the 70s, but the humidity is definitely starting to increase now. So let's look at some of the current conditions outside right now, and you'll see that we're starting to experience a change in our weather. As far as the air goes, you can feel that the dew points, yeah, they're up into the 60s now, so I could feel it getting humid out there, especially toward the afternoon. Dew points rising up into the 60s. The temperatures are also cool, generally in the mid 60s to around 70. Same thing in New Jersey, too, by the way. But if you go and you look up where the sun has been out, a little warmer there. You see mid 70s up as you go upstate. But for us, we've been dealing with a lot of clouds today. And if we look at the high temperatures today, we'll look at the historical and we'll look at the high temperature for the day. You'll see that Long Island a little. We were warmer when the sun was out. We're in the upper 70s. Even cooler in Jersey though, because they had a thick, more of a thicker cloud cover over them, and maybe even a couple of showers, light showers over that area. But if we go and we look to the north, it was much warmer upstate, with the sun being out, waiting for it to load. You'll see temperatures got well into the 80s, and even looks like a 90 near Saratoga Springs. So it was kind of warm upstate, although with sunny skies. For us, clear skies. For us, plenty of clouds. So let's look at the radar right now, and we'll take a look at the radar, and we'll see that there'll be a couple of light sprinkles that are over. The heavier rain is been over Del Mar, and looks like it might try to get into southern New Jersey tonight. Here's a wider view of the radar, and again, you could see that most of the rain is over. It looks like Del Mar going back into Western Maryland and West Virginia, and part of Virginia as well. Parts of Virginia dealing with the rain, some showers and thunderstorms there. So let's take a look at what is going to be happening with the weather, and we will start with the upper air. We'll just go right here. We'll look at the upper air on this. I'm not going to change it to the North American view, but you'll just want. I'm just putting this up here to illustrate that cutoff low there. All right, so you see what happens. You see this high we've seen this pattern numerous times. And we've been fortunate because it's a good pattern. It keeps us cool. But you can see that low is going to dissipate. It's just going to dissipate there, and then we have this ridge that kind of tries to build. We have another trough coming down next week. It looks like though, but instead of you can see it's very slow moving. So it's going to keep us in a southwesterly flow. You see that southwesterly flow there. And then it's going to kind of just sit right in that spot over the Great Lakes again. But instead of being on the good side of it, we're going to be on the bad side of it. With that southwest flow, which is the bad side of it to me, we're going to be dealing with that warm air coming up, which means we're going to be dealing with the humidity and the heat and the rain chances coming up from the Gulf of Mexico next week. Yeah, that's not a good look at all. If you want to have a clear day or a dry weather, and then after that, we just see a little weak trough, and then a strong ridge building toward the end. And look at what it does toward the end. It takes like a low, and then of course this is the last couple of days, so don't take it that seriously. So let's see how this translates to the surface on the GFS here. No, we're not changing that. I want to see if the euro does that. Just let me look at the euro, the upper air. So again, there's that trough, dissipates, and here comes the next one. Euro has a much different look to it, though, actually, when we get in next week. Euro has a much warmer look for us with the ridge and that trough not even coming down. That trough stays in Canada. So Euro has a much warmer look for next week. So that's kind of interesting. That's why I wanted to show you the difference. So let's see what's going to be happening at the surface now. So here we go into tomorrow, and you will see the rain chances mainly to the south of us with what's left of that cutoff low. It's definitely going to be getting more humid. And then Friday, you will see rain chances mainly to the west. It stays dry over us. Again, you have this weak high that's now kind of an Atlantic ridge now. You see the same kind of deal for Saturday. Looks like it's developing something offshore there Sunday. Wonder if that's going to be tropical in nature. That would be really weird if it was. And then Monday, you'll see same thing. And then here comes that trough. You see there's a high that tries to come down, but that low just kind of sits there, keeps us with a shower chance in the southwest flow. This is, of course, the GFS. So that's what it looks like on the GFS for the CONUS view. Let's take a look and focus on our area now. All right. We will go shift over to the NAM 12 kilometer. So here is that system here, and I think this is pretty realistic here as to what it looks like. You can see a little moisture comes close to New Jersey. Maybe we get a little, I don't think we're going to see any of it here, but maybe New Jersey, you might have a chance of a shower. Probably staying dry here, but probably plenty of clouds. See, there's that high offshore. And here's Friday, similar idea. And that's probably because this is humid air and it's warmer over here, so it's getting more like heat of the day kind of stuff popping up. But because we're more in a stable marine layer on Long Island, we won't be seeing any of that. At least that's what I'm thinking. So we'll go ahead and look at the NAM dew points. So you definitely feel the humidity coming up, and it will be up there tomorrow. Definitely gonna have dew points well into the mid 60s, probably. And then Saturday we're dealing with it. Still look at that southerly flow. So that keeps us cool. As long as that wind is off from the south, it'll keep the island from getting too hot. But inland in New Jersey, especially as we head towards Saturday, it'll probably start heating up. So I'm going to change this over to the GFS, and we'll look at where the GFS takes the temperatures for tomorrow. So here we go, Thursday. You can see Long Island, it still has that southeasterly flow, so it's still probably mainly in the 70s. Maybe closer to 80 in the North Shore and maybe north of the city. Again, there'll be more sun in this area. You can see it's pretty hot, even well up into Canada. They got mid-80s. And then Friday, it gets a little warmer because now we have more of a southerly flow. So North Shore is probably going to go into the low 80s. Near the middle of the island might hit 82. South Shore, the place to be in the 70s. You see Jersey starting to heat up. And then as we get to Saturday, Jersey really starts heating up. Looks like we're going to have mid-upper 80s in Jersey. Island probably around 80, and then as we go into Sunday, it kind of similar type of thing. And then Monday, we start maybe seeing some more 90s in New Jersey and 80s on the island. And then Tuesday, the GFS thinks that we may see 90 on the north, 90 or better on the North Shore, and 90s in New Jersey. So it could really start heating up next week. The good news is that's when the indoor dining starts. I believe it will be Wednesday. So I'll be able to be in air conditioning those days. Here is tomorrow. Here is Wednesday, week from today, and still dealing with temperatures that are hot. So again, with that southerly flow in the atmosphere, but I think the rule is with that, hopefully there'll be a sea breeze, so it'll keep Long Island a little better. And really, you can see it tries to cool it off a little bit, but not really any kind of the weather. It looks like we have a cooler day as we get toward the end of the month, but this is over 10 days away. We can look at beginning of July, which does make it hot again, around July 2nd there. 90s possible. I think we will. Usually as we get toward the late June and early July period, we usually start seeing some 90s, so I think we'll be seeing some heat waves in the next couple of weeks, and fortunately with indoor dining available, we don't have to deal with sitting out in them, at least. So it won't be time to go to the Pine Barrens, that's for sure. Let's go look at the dew point because this goes further out than the NAM, so we'll see if we get any relief from the humidity, and I don't think we will after tomorrow. So you can see we're dealing with humidity, dew points in the 60s. It's going to be humid for a while. It looks like we're going to be dealing with humidity for a while. No real relief from the humidity at all. Maybe we try to get some drier in here next weekend before the humidity comes right back into the picture again. So yeah, not great. We're stuck in one of those humid patterns that we get, but it seems like it's always around this time of the year. I don't ever remember July 4th time being cool. It's always either hot or humid. It's always humid on July 4th, and almost It never is not humid. Very rarely. Um, so that's not nothing abnormal about that, obviously. Or we'll look at the sky cover. So we won't really have nice clear skies tomorrow. Good amount of clouds, probably overcast. Friday, probably a little less clouds, maybe some sun. Saturday, it looks like it tries to get some sun in here, but as far as nice blue skies, I don't think we're going to see any of that at all the next couple of days. Maybe Tuesday, maybe, I don't know. Here's Wednesday. This is a ways away, and things can change. You can see that front gets hung up next weekend, so it's going to be a matter of trying to get that front offshore and maybe getting into the drier air. But otherwise, kind of just a crappy pattern for us. If you don't like the typical, hazy, hot, and humid weather, it's going to be with us now for a little while after this, and we may be dealing with it for a while after that. So, yeah, it's going to suck for sure. But if you were on the south, now the Southwest has been kind of warm too. We're going to actually look at the Western United States. They've been dealing with some heat as well. But I think what's going to happen now is once the trough goes, the trough will go to them. They'll cool off. Yeah, they'll cool off. So Flagstaff will have nice weather probably. No, they're kind of hot too. They're actually even worse than we are. If Flagstaff gets, this is Flagstaff, this number right here, 86. So, if you're looking for relief out there, you're not going to find it either. Going to be hot there too. The only difference is it won't be humid. If we go actually look at the Southwest, let me give the Southwest view here. Southwest United States. The only difference here is that it's a dry heat, so it won't be humid. But the problem is they haven't had rain in so long. So you can see a very dry, so it'll just be hot and dry, basically. Very low dew points. And if we go back to the CONUS view and we'll look at the accumulated precipitation, you'll see where the rain will fall as well. So you see out west it's been bone dry. So if I go all the way to the end of the period here, you will see here that it does have our area getting some rain, but the heaviest rain looks like it'll be a little bit further to our west. But look at the west. I mean, nothing. Absolutely nothing. They've had no rain in Flagstaff all month. So they're going to go through the whole month of June with no rain. That is insane. It is too dry. So you have two extremes. You have the humidity, and then you have no rain, and completely dry, which is not good either. So, you pick one or the other. Let's look at the European model here on windy.com, and we'll take a look and see how this goes with our temperatures for the next couple of days, because we know that this had a little bit of a different look for next week. So tomorrow, not that hot, probably mid-70s, just going to be humid. Southeasterly flow you could see, so it won't get all that hot, just humid, which isn't that bad. It's getting humid. It doesn't bother you that much if the temperature's not that high. Tomorrow, we're going to have temperatures, Friday, it'll be a little warm, but still not all that warm. I mean, we're in late June now, so we're supposed to be in the 80s. Looks like we'll get close to 80 on Saturday. Close to 80, but still probably not there with that onshore flow. What about Sunday? Still cool. This is the European, of course. Monday warms it up a little more. Let's see Tuesday. We'll take that 3 o'clock reading. Get a little more heat going, but still nothing that bad. Let's look at Wednesday. Maybe then it'll start heating up. Here we go. Now it'll start heating up a little bit more. So now we're gonna have some 80s, mid to upper 80s. This is what this is calling for. It's about Thursday. Yeah, it'll really heat up around Thursday. So you start seeing the 90s now in New Jersey. So things will start heating up by then. So for those who want the hot weather, we should be getting some next week. So definitely 90s, and at least we can sit in the side, thank God, because if we couldn't, that would be horrible. Here's the dew point. So you can see definitely on the humid side, dew points mid-60s. Here's Friday, mid-60s dew points. I mean, at least they're not 70s. So upper 60s perhaps. So it really starts getting humid later on Friday. Saturday, mid-60s. Actually, it's Sunday. My mistake. Monday, you can see no real relief from the humidity. We're going to be dealing with the humidity. It could be really humid on Tuesday. It looks like some drier air tries to get in here Wednesday, but then we're probably back on the humidity on Thursday. Yeah, back into it. So get ready for a summery pattern for our area. You know, nice to have some drier air come in, but of course now we are dealing with the humidity, and you can see all that humidity as they pull out. You see all that humidity on the east, and then the west is bone dry. So you either have too much or too little water, but yeah, that's really dry there in Flagstaff. That's not good. That's really bad to have things that dry for wildfires, and it's also not good to be in that kind of heat and just have such low humidity. I know it makes it feel more comfortable, I guess you could say, but if we were to look at Flagstaff, you'll see. If we were to look at the temperature next week here, it's going to be pretty warm. Flagstaff it has 77, but still very dry, and there's going to be a lot of fire threats, and it also can lead to bad air quality when you don't have that kind of rain, all the dust in the air and stuff like that. So I guess that'll wrap up this weather update. It feels like I'm leaving something out, but I don't think I am. It does feel like it, though, doesn't it? It does feel like it, but I think I've covered almost everything that there is to cover here. It feels like I'm leaving something out, but I think I pretty much covered everything. So, how about we take a break tomorrow? I'll have a weather update again on Friday. So, yeah. So if you really want cool, and if you really want to be cool and dry, you know where you gotta go. We gotta go way up, way up here. How about Equilat, or whatever the hell that place is? It's way up near the North Pole. Up here, yeah, Nunavut, or something like that. It's way up here. Temperatures are in the, here you go, you'll be in the 50s with low humidity. Oh, I remember what it was. Alright, well, first let's look at the dew point here. Look at the dew point. Yeah, dew point's 30s, yes. That's where you gotta be. That or Mount Washington. That's it. Well, the best place to be is on the South Shore, where it won't be too bad. So, cool and maybe humid, but cooler. So, yeah, I remembered what it was. The clouds. I want to look at the cloud output on this. So you can see the clouds for Thursday. Plenty of clouds around. Friday, we'll be dealing with some clouds as well, maybe some sun. Clouds Saturday. So if you want a nice blue sky, yeah, we're not going to have it for a while, I'm afraid. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a little more Wednesday, but it probably won't be. Thursday is far out. I'm not even going to go for it. So, yeah, and the other one I want to look at was the NAM. NAM 3 kilometer. By the way, this is what the precip looks like on the 3 kilometer. So, you can see not much rain through 06 Saturday for our area. Let's look at the skies. Sure will be plenty of clouds too, so yeah, plenty of clouds tomorrow. Expect a fairly overcast day tomorrow, I think. Cool, but a little humid. Maybe a little more sun on Friday as the stratus burns off. But other than that, yeah, looking for nice skies. I'm sorry. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy them, because we're not going to have them for a while. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.